Pippin. No, this is Stephen A.Smith talking about me. Talking about people calling somebody Tristan Kardashian and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to pull it up. Ooh, excuse me. I'm going to pull it up for y'all. Oh, I see you, T. Let's listen. Okay, well, let's not listen. But like I told you, these guys have always taken from me. They always have mentioned my name in different formats by using, not saying my name, but taking credit for it by using things that I did.
There are going to be more billboards in more cities begging for LeBron James' help, to be sure. We have seen a lot of great from this guy. Go ahead and stack this one up for me. How does it compare to what you've seen in the past?
It's up there. It's Game 7, but it's a first-round series. It's the first time that he's been threatened to being knocked out in the first round in 13 tries. This is a Game 7. That's true, but in the same breath, it's the first round. It's not an NBA Conference Finals. It's not an NBA Finals. But in the end, this is definitely up there. I mean, obviously, it's a Game 7, so you can't dismiss it. It's 45 points. You can't dismiss that. But it's against the Indiana Pacers, a good team, team collectively that's better than the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it's not like it was against one of the elite teams that has championship hardware that knows what to do in moments like this. You respect the performance. It was phenomenal, but there are greater performances that he has had.
He played 43 minutes, which means the rest of his team was basically a PTI segment. They gave us 5 good minutes, and yet they don't finish without the start of that fourth quarter there. Your thoughts on the rest of the squad in this Game 7?
In this particular game, they deserve a lot more credit than you're giving them. I mean, usually they've been a no-show. We all recognize that. Kevin Love has not been playing healthy. He's been playing hurt. We understand that. But he came up with 4 big-time three-pointers on Sunday afternoon. Let's give him credit for that. Tristan Thompson was getting no play whatsoever. A matter of fact, it was so awful for him. People weren't even calling him by his last name any longer. They were calling him Tristan Kardashian, for crying out loud. He contributed.
Oh, Tristan Kardashian. Did he just say that? Where did he hear that from? Where did he get that from? Did he just not say Tristan Kardashian? There's only one person on the internet who was calling him Tristan Kardashian. And the people could not wait to bring me that. But he does it all along. So when I tell you, I'm not bragging. Why would I brag? He done it before. It's just now I'm throwing it back in y'all face. Y'all the one keeps like, you think they watch you? They're ESPN! They got thousands of Karcenos! They're just all in there like this! They don't need you! So, here's the thing. They do this all the time. You just don't catch it. I do, because I know who they're talking about when they say on the internet. When it comes from Stephen A watches my videos. Especially when it came to boxing. He would watch everything on my videos and then he would comment on it. And I'm like, okay. Alright, I get you. Because that's what the same thing Charlemagne does. When Charlemagne keeps stealing from people on Twitter, he'll take some jokes that he think is good on Twitter and use them on his show. When I gave advice on how to fix First Take, and I gave them advice, what did they do? I have that video somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. when I gave advice on what was wrong with First Take, and it was Max Kellerman, and I said they should have stuck with Joe Kane because Max doesn't have an opinion. Max has just never taken a position in his life because that's never been his job. His job was just to give you the facts on either side. Where in a debate, you have to take a position and stand by it. And Max didn't seem to have any conviction whatsoever. So after my video, Max Kellerman comes back and he starts screaming. The very next video, the very next First Take they had, Max Kellerman goes out there, and I'm like, Max doesn't have any passion. Max will be, well, you know, Stephen A., it's, well, you're right, but let's look at it from this way. Nobody cares to hear that. You're not passionate. Skip was passionate about the Cowboys. He's passionate about Tom Brady. You think Skip gonna let that go? Well, if they gonna say Skip gonna fight tooth and nail, he don't care what the evidence shows. That's what he believes. So he's gonna be passionate about it. So people gonna believe that debate. They going back and forth debate. That nobody gonna be interested to hear Max Kellerman debate. Joe Kane, at least he's a Cowboy fan. He has a position. You guys kicked him out. What did ESPN do? Max comes back screaming the very next episode. No, Stephen A. He was about to bust a blood vessel. The very next one. And what did they do? They brought back Joe Kane. Then they got all three of them up there on the show. And Kane is doing what Max can't do. Debate. So, when I tell you these guys watch these programs and they get all this information from you, you should not feel just because someone is on television that they're very important over you. You minimize your own worth by thinking that. And they hope you do, so they can keep making money off you commenting and making up catchy slang words, because then they'll steal them from you and use them. And you do their work for them. Think about it. They got to work Monday through Friday. Stephen A's got to do a radio show early in the morning. Right after First Take, he's doing a radio show. And he's doing ESPN now. So he wants to, he loves to talk. Right, Max would make a good point, but nobody cares. His point would go by really unheard sometimes. But that's why the show has lost its zeal. It doesn't have a direction. They don't know what they want to do. They keep bringing people on the show to try to make it interesting. Well, Molly's really been sick on the show. She's got some type of rare disease. But at least she does a lot more than what they letting Joy do. Joy she just went back into her shell of not doing anything on the show. Joy Taylor, they just don't let her do anything. My God. She's there to laugh and back up Skip. No, Shannon, Skip's right. And when we come back, okay, after the break, when we come back, does Tom Brady hate the Dallas Cowboys? And she gets a check. Oh, Molly gonna talk your head off. She gonna make sure she part of the conversation. You ain't pulling that on her. She gonna make sure she heard. Word to Big Bird. Word to the Big Bird. So the way I look at it is, don't minimize yourself, people. Don't. I made the song Smooth Marquez. Had everybody talking about Smooth Marquez. They loved it. Man, are you okay? Are you damaged? Are you okay? It sounds like a wind blew when it struck you like a criminal, man. You should never started. Now your blood stains on the canvas. I started that. Stephen A. talks about it on his show. And y'all know it. Well, it's a video out that this one guy said he shouted me out for it, but this guy ended up stealing my song.
Wake them up with smelling so good. You got people joking online and everywhere. Manny, you okay? Manny, you okay? Are you okay, Manny? You've been hit by... That's cool, criminals. Come on, you don't know anything about that kind of music. But it's the truth, Skip. He got put to sleep. And so I hope for you, Skip, that you take a moment to realize...
So, you can hear it there. He just told you. He was singing the song I made. You know, the whole cover. So they watch your stuff. Quit minimizing yourself to thinking that you don't mean anything to these people. You are a lifeline to some of these people. They've been known to steal all the time. That's what they do. So, let's see what it reads. I'm out. Somebody just sent me a text that just got me crazy right now. Can't believe this. Alright, let me get out of here.